morning, everyone, and welcome to tea time. The time is 8:35, a little bit late today. I did wake up before my alarm, went back to sleep, and woke up at 7:58. And I looked at the time; it changed to 59. But I saw the 58, so I'm calling it 58. Today is a yellow mug day, and that is because I am lazy and have not been doing my nighttime build order properly. The morning build order, it's like, okay, I wake up, I'm like, alright, do my morning build, I'll follow things pretty much in the right order and, following it, But at night, it's like so hard. I don't know why it is, it's so hard. I'm just like very simple things, stretch. I always feel better if I, stretch and take a shower and do all these things before I go to sleep. But, it's like 11:30 and I'm like, I should have shut off the computer a half hour ago and started this. And I was like, I don't really want to do anything. But in any case, what I want to talk about. Let's do the Formula One. Formula One, for those of you who don't know, is a racing formula. It's a racing format. There are, I think, 19 races this year, or something like that. And I think the tournament structure, thinking about StarCraft and watching Formula One, actually, for those of you who are StarCraft players and don't watch Formula One, I would suggest checking it out, because it's so much to me like StarCraft, in so many different ways. I pretty much hang out with my dad and watch Formula One, and I talk about how Formula One is like StarCraft. But the tournament structure is there are 19 races throughout the year, and at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the season, the teams register for the entire year season. This year there were 11 teams, each team has 2 drivers, little stuff. But in any case, those 22 drivers are in every single race, unless they have a really horrible qualifying time. I think you have to be like 45 seconds behind the leader to not qualify, because then it becomes dangerous with lapping and things like that. So aside from that, they're all in the race, and they just, points accumulate up through the year based on how you finish in each race, and at the end there's a champion. But they don't have a tournament for the champion, it's just the person with the most points at the end wins. So it's like this battle, and right now there's Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Oh wow, I forgot his name. I remember Lewis Hamilton because it's much easier to remember, and because he's my favorite. So hopefully he gets that. But in any case, it's really cool for a lot of reasons. So that first off, that you get the same faces pretty much every time, and I don't know. It's like I feel like, and the other thing, the main thing I think that's awesome about it is you get the best of Formula One drivers. We get all the Formula One drivers, but I mean, you get the best Formula One drivers in every single race for the whole year. Every single race, the best of the best are duking it out and trying to win, and it's like so cool and exciting, because it's like it's a little bit different from StarCraft in that way, because it's sort of like, oh yeah, this is a tournament, but who's gonna be there? That is the thing that matters. Are the best players gonna be there? No. Well, how do we rate this tournament? I think I think it's a really cool thing, and logistically it's kind of difficult for StarCraft, because we're all over the world. But Formula One is taking place all around the world. Last race was in Singapore. They have a race in Monaco. I think they're opening up races, so they already have races in the United States. They're like everywhere, races all over the world. And everybody travels to the races and stuff. And obviously it's ridiculously well funded, because it's like, the steering wheel is like $12 million, and like the whole car is a $100 million car, something stupid. I'm exaggerating, but it is ridiculous the amount of money involved. But it's cool because it's like cutting edge science, pushing the envelope of what we can do, and that's really cool to me and interesting and fun. But so StarCraft not as well funded, get it. But it would be so cool to have that kind of format for StarCraft 2 in the future sometime. It would be so cool to have the best of the best playing in every every tournament. I don't know how you would accomplish that, but I just thought it'd be cool, you know, like Sue is in every tournament. You know, Sue is in DreamHack this weekend. Spoiler alert. Okay, I give it enough time. Sue came in second place. Ugh, God, that has to hurt. That has to be like the most painful thing. Sue is also in the GSL finals, but he lost to Solar. Solar is like, I had no idea. Solar is like, speaks English really well. He's kind of like cocky and, you know, gives fun interviews and stuff like that. I had no idea. And that was really fun to see at DreamHack as well. It was great to see him win. And Sue like crumbled. The games were, it was 3-0 in a best of 5. And it was like, it was crazy. But in any case, have Sue at every tournament. Have Innovation at every tournament. You know, have Rain at every tournament. All the big names at every tournament. And then it would really be all the time. It would just be this, you know, who's really the best, you know. But it's, you know, it's expensive and this and that. But I don't know. I think that long term, for like the good of the sport kind of thing, it's best to try and figure out a way to get there. To try and figure out a way to get to the point where every tournament the best players in the world are playing. It's very exciting. And even if there are only, I mean, there's an off season for weather, I think, mostly for weather purposes, in F1. But it's pretty small off season. It's like, I think it's only 3 months. Like, I think Formula 1 finishes in November and starts up in March. So it's like pretty small off season. StarCraft has a smaller off season than that, but you know, maybe have 25 races, you know, 25 tournaments a year, 20 tournaments a year. But every single tournament is, you know, the best of the best. And it goes around the world, different places. Figuring out a way to like get players there, you know, to get the best players there and things like that. Hopefully someday that's possible. I don't think it's possible, but hopefully it is. But yeah, region locking is kind of like the opposite of that. But I like the way that they're doing it. That Blizzard is doing it. It's kind of cool the way that Blizzard is doing it because it's region locking in the way that if you can get a visa and you're living there and you're contributing, therefore, if you're living there, like you're contributing to the scene, you're probably practicing in some capacity with the people around your area. Not necessarily true, but you know, I was talking to Harstem, and Harstem's like, oh yeah, we're training with 4GG. 4GG, ridiculously good Terran player, you know. Effectively a European Terran now, you know. It's kind of that cool thing that hopefully we see more and more of as time goes on. But I'm really interested to see how the tournament structure for StarCraft 2 evolves and how we can somehow, it would be really cool if we could somehow draw a path from here to, you know, zigzaggy up and then whoo, best of the best playing every single tournament. That's my idea.